Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing episode 2 of season 4 of House of Cards. So basically, I don't know, episode 2, it was alright. It was still a bit slow. There was a lot of things, but there was a lot of maneuvering that may lead to a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension right about now. Things that started to happen and bubble up in episode 1 haven't come into fruition in episode 2 yet, so that's a bit disappointing. I really wanted to see the continuation of the Lucas storyline and what else happened in episode 1? Oh, and the Seth storyline. I wanted to see what was happening with that, but that will probably come like down the line or something. So I'm not too disappointed about that. It was we got a great speech from Frank in this episode. A great speech, a great monologue. I was waiting for that because we didn't get one of those in episode 1, and I was a bit concerned that maybe we wouldn't have the monologues and the breaking of the fourth wall anymore, but we definitely got that, and it was another great speech from Frank Underwood. I got a rating for that. And yeah, I guess the episode was good. It was all right. I'm not gonna complain too much about it. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen next. So I'm not upset about it. But I guess it could have been better. But I guess what we got out of it was it does plant the seeds for bigger things to happen in the future. So we might as well get on to like the big things that happened in this episode. Remember, spoiler alert. So basically, Claire versus Frank is in full sway. Well, kind of, not yet, but it's happening. It's happening. Basically, in the beginning, Claire's mum asked her rich friends to support Heather Dunbar, so that's already something bad happening. Then we see that Claire is actually taking advice from her mother who obviously hates Frank. So that's going to be putting a wedge between them. It's obviously going to lead Claire down, well, depends on who you're supporting. I think it's going to lead her down a bad path because I support Frank. But if you're supporting Claire, then maybe it will lead her away from the bastard that's been around for so long. But yeah, so she's taking advice from her mother. What happens is she tries to fund Jackie Sharp behind Frank's back in order to get a breast cancer clinic built for Doris Jones so that her daughter would step down and allow Claire to run for Doris's seat when she retires. And what Frank does though, Frank comes in, he gets a phone call. I think it was from Doris Jones, but we haven't got any confirmation of where he got the phone call from. I think he said Congresswoman, so it probably was Doris Jones. So yeah, he finessed the situation when he was doing, I think it was speech of the union or something. I don't know what it was, but it was a big speech. He basically says, well, he supports the clinic publicly and vows to get Doris to the clinic. He then publicly endorses her daughter Celia for the position of her mother's seat on the Senate, which is the same position that Claire wants to have, and publicly says that Claire will support her too. So he's basically fucked up whatever Claire's trying to do now. Like he's said, you know what? I'm supporting Celia for the chair that Claire's going for, so everyone supports Celia. Claire's gonna be behind this too. So now, if she comes against him, it's gonna look like there's miscommunication and all that sort of shit. It's just gonna hurt both their campaigns. So Frank does that, and then Frank actually talks to Claire. He says he will not allow her to become dangerous, which is a very wild thing to say. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean he's willing to, bury her with the rest of the bodies if need be? I don't know, but that's what he says. Then he tries to persuade her to come back to his side and focus on his goals for the moment with the promise of his support in the future. She seems as though she's considering it, but Frank doesn't trust her completely, and I don't blame him because I don't trust her either. Then she tells Leanne that they need to think bigger. So obviously she isn't really considering what Frank's saying. She's actually gonna aim for something else. And I'm thinking, well, actually no, let me wait till my predictions to tell you what I'm thinking. But it's what I thought before. But yeah. Then Claire asks her mum for money to support her campaign, which her mother refuses. So Claire says that she'll sell her mum's house if she needs to, which is pretty ruthless to sell your mum's house, like your sick mother's house. Like, you're gonna sell her sell her house while she's still living in there. She's got cancer, and you're gonna sell her house so that you can work on your campaign. It's a bit mad. So their relationship's obviously tense right about now. I don't know how that's gonna play up in the future episodes. So that's gonna be interesting to see if she reconciles with her mum, or if she goes against her mum, or what's gonna happen in that sense. And then the next big plot thread for this episode was America versus Russia. So basically, one of the Russian's president's enemies is trying to receive asylum in the US. Frank tells the Russian president Petrov that he needs to stop seizing assets and businesses from high-profile businessmen, even if they were plotting against him. Apparently, they were plotting some sort of coup to oust him out of power. And he's saying that's basically going to hurt your economy. Like, it's terrible. Like, you can't be doing that. And he says he'll send the guy Milkin back as long as he gets a trial and he's not just executed. Like, it doesn't just disappear. And Petrov basically believes that Frank is responsible for the coup against him, and he communicates that. And he tells him to send Milkin back with no strings, to which Frank refuses and then grants asylum grants asylum to Milkin, which is obviously gonna make the America and Russia's relationship a bit tense, because obviously Petrov doesn't want Milkin to have asylum over in America, and that's what Frank is doing. I don't know what Frank's plan is right about now, but I don't think this will end well, because the Russian president is a madman. But yeah, so our two questions at the end of this episode is basically what is Claire planning? I think she's planning to run for president. I don't know if it's too late to run for president, actually, because it seems like it probably would be too late. But like in the past series, in series 3, I remember a woman telling Claire that she wouldn't vote for her husband, but she'd vote for Claire. So I think that's stuck in Claire's mind. And since I saw that, I was like, this is definitely like foreshadowing of Claire running for president against Frank. So maybe that might happen, maybe not. I'm not 100%, but let me know what you guys' opinions are in the comments below. Also, what's going to happen between America and Russia? Like, the Russian president is a psycho. He does crazy shit. We can't really judge what he's going to do next or anything. So I don't know. I just think it's going to end sour. I don't know exactly what the Russian president is going to do. I don't know if there's going to be a war. I don't know, because he thinks that Frank is plotting against him, so he might send some spies over. I have no clue whatsoever, but I do think that Claire might be running for president, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this. Remember to answer those questions down below. We'll have a little discussion, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.